Welcome inside G-Men Nation. I'm now joined by Grambling Athletic Director, Dr. Trayvean Scott. Dr. Scott, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.
This is year two for you here at Grambling. Year one was just about getting adjusted, laying down the foundation, but what does year two look like for you in your mind?
Results. I think that's the most important thing. You know, obviously, year one was filled with some changes, obviously some restructuring. I think we're to a point now where we're set to really show what we've learned, what we've been able to implement. Obviously with some new hires, some structural changes within the department. We're really excited about where we're headed, the trajectory of the department, and I can't wait to start seeing some results. I can tell you this though, our student athletes are really excited. You could feel the change and the energy of our student athletes. You could feel the change of the energy of our coaches, and you feel it in our administrative staff as well. And so, I'm so privileged to begin year two, and I begin year two with the same vigor, if you will, that we started year one with. But we're getting to the point now where the excitement is starting to build, and we're looking for our student athletes to compete across the board, in the classroom, out of the classroom, in the field, on the field, and of course, to realize the reason why they came to Grambling, and that's to be great. And so I'm excited about that opportunity.
Just said the word excitement. I know year one, probably just excited for the new challenge, but this year, what is exciting you?
I think the excitement, really starts with just the structure. It always starts with the student athletes, and you really look at them, and they'll tell you all you need to know in terms of if their needs are being met. If they feel comfortable with the space and with the leadership and with the direction of the program and how they're doing in their classes, and all of those things play a part in the welfare, well-being of the student athlete. And so we see a twinkle in their eye, if you will. And it's exciting to see. It's exciting to now witness them, in a better place, athletically. And so we're excited about what they're going to be able to do again on the field and in the classroom.
What's been the number one focus for you and your staff heading into this year?
Being student athlete centered. I think that's the only focus. Obviously there's some things related to general business. There's some things, of course, related to education. But for us, the biggest change and the North Star, as President Gallo often says, are the students. And being able to meet the needs, being able to meet them where they are, and being able to provide for them. As many of our students come from different countries, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different, some we have a large contingent of legacies of Grambling alums, and then we have, a lot of first-time college, first-generation college students. And so we have to be versatile in how we provide for our student athletes. We have to be amenable to putting their well-being first. And we also have to be really champions for providing them the type of leadership from the head coach's standpoint on who's going to lead them day in and day out in the form of their head coaches, but also their assistant coaches. And then we have to provide them those wraparound services, obviously, with the support, the sports information, academics, of course, sports medicine and things of that nature, because outside strength and conditioning, because outside of their coaches, those are the people who see them the most, right? And so everything that we've done within the past year, however controversial, have been in the best interest of our student athletes.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned?
Ooh, how long do you have? I think my biggest lesson, wow, that's a pretty loaded question. My biggest lesson in the last year, I would say, is to take nothing for granted. Always appreciate who you are and whose you are. I'm sounding like my grandmother now. But also understand that the worst thing you could do is nothing at all.
If you have one message to the Gram fam out there, what is that message?
Get your popcorn ready. It's simple. And look out for a department who's trying to win championships in everything. But also look out for a department who is holistically invested in developing these young men and women who serve so well at Grambling State University.
All right, Dr. Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.